Hey there, famous last kill here. Um, just wanted to do a small rant for the second time. Made the first video too large. My video encoder could not send it. Um, Basically, I'm gonna rant on the Spider-Man movies. Um, yeah. So with this new amazing Spider-Man film coming out, I wanted to say I'm not a supporter. I don't like the actor portraying Peter. He looks more like uh, a Harry type character. Um, let's see. You also have the movie ripping off Mirror's Edge, which is a big no-no because I'm going into video game design, and I think even if a game does this, like, you don't blatantly rip off techniques or like main things from games or movies. The whole first person, like jumping and all that kind of crap, needs not to be in a Spider-Man movie because basically you're supposed to be watching him third person. That's what a movie is, unless they do, I don't know, if the scene calls for it, and it doesn't. I don't think it doesn't, or it does. It does not. Whatever. Still kind of flustered. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I think that I am not gonna go see this movie. This this reboot, like, I've been ranting about this for like 2-3 years already. Like, as soon as Raimi walked, as soon as Tobey Maguire walked with him, because the artistic license and views of the directing artist, which is what I call Raimi, and any other director, when that is not adhered to, you get shit, okay? And even if the studio planned on making money, you know what? It would flop. And I just don't think that's acceptable. Like, first two movies were good. Third one, you could definitely see that, they were pressuring him, and, I can see why, after the third movie he walked, because they didn't give him even that much time to set up and put Spider-Man 3 into action. Like, I believe Raimi was working on Drag Me to Hell, which was his return to horror, um, that was released 2008, 2009, since the Evil Dead trilogy. And I just really think he didn't get the time or the studio support to, just do what he did with the first two movies, which was focus on the villain. Like, number two did that spectacularly. It's my favorite, like, out of that small trilogy. Although I call it, two movies, a duo, whatever you want to call it, a duology. Um, but yeah, I also think that, along the same vein as, I'm not going to see The Amazing Spider-Man. I don't think it should be rebooted. Um, you also don't follow the origin story. Um, I may try and upload the bigger rant if I can actually find out how to do that, but I basically went into, I went into a whole bunch of points, and I ripped into the film. I don't like the director's work, their previous work that I've seen. I don't like the actors. I don't like the suit. Even the suit looks kind of retarded. I'm sorry, it looks retarded. Um, but yeah. As for like reboots go, I usually don't go and see them unless they have some kind of like quirk or something to them that makes me kind of like, maybe that would actually be pretty good. But I generally don't because I think reboots are shit. I may have to put this in another part, but I also want to go and talk to you about foreign films and that kind of stuff too, because that recently happened, and I figure that in with reboots. So you know what? I'm just gonna put this into a second part.
This is looking like it's going to be a 3-parter. Yeah, I've already uploaded several videos. This title, at least, you guys should be familiar with. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, of course. Niels Arden Opliv. Ho ho, not David Fincher. Original. Is the Swedish film. Made from the Swedish book. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, or in Swedish, women or men who hate women. This should not be Americanized. This has a lot of Swedish themes. Issues with government, treatment in general, a lot of different things. It's like a socially active movie without being that kind of in your face movie about it. It's kind of like, oh hey, by the way, these themes are here. Just making sure you catch on. And of course, Swedish audience would recognize this stuff right away and be like, huh, I never thought about these laws like that. And would get socially active. But being that we're American, we don't understand. Okay? I'm telling you God honest truth. We do not understand. So, even though my love for David Fincher goes way back, he kind of crossed the line when he made Girl with the Dragon Tattoo the Americanized version with Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. First mistake was if you watch source material like this, don't get a pretty boy to play, a 45-year-old guy that's just trying to get back into shape and who is supposed to be semi-attractive but is not spectacularly attractive, apparently. I don't know. Totally straight here. I do know that Naomi Rapace, hot as balls. Yes, she's a very good-looking girl. But what they don't, besides the social activism, what they don't follow up on is the correct casting, I think. This movie pays attention to the details of the cast, or what should be cast. Whereas, like I mentioned, Michael, or Mikhail, the runner of Millennium, which the trilogy is named after, the Millennium Trilogy, they got him correct because it was down to every single detail. I have read the book. He fits perfectly. And so does Noomi Rapace, who you might recognize from the new film Prometheus. She did these movies first, okay? And it was just like the last 3 years she did them. And, yeah, she basically fit the bill. Like, she's not big-chested. She, for a lack of better term and for all intents and purposes of the book describes her as having like a 12-year-old's body, a tall 12-year-old's body. But she has something mysterious and something about her that attracts people, the creepier people, and I mean even normal people. She's socially awkward, so she doesn't talk to a lot of people. She just does what she wants and whatever. Um, but Noomi Rapace fits that. She's nearly flat chested, and she has that skinny, like 12-year-old type body. But her face and like just the outline of her figure is what I think the mystery is and what makes her so attractive. Rooney Mara kind of. I'm sure she's probably a spectacularly like pretty girl outside of the role, but sorry, no, no, and that's just the beginning of that. It's just like they don't know the social implications of the movies slash books. They don't cast right, and it really should not be a reboot. If at all, this should have been advocated for as a reboot. Okay, this well not advocated for a reboot, but advocated to be put in theaters, whether subtitled or dubbed, as I said in the beginning. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for that. You can come back for part 3, which is probably going to be a very small part. Um, and hopefully I left enough mystery in this so then you go and watch this, because this is the superior film. Um, and I will see you guys after. Welcome back. Okay. See you then. I now want to. Holy crap! The light's on. No, I want to talk about Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and all that kind of jazz. For like one of my final points, I mean, we're just looking at reboots and stuff, and me going all over the place on these things, ripping them to shreds. I really like Johnny Depp as an actor. Just to say, I have liked everything that's come out. I really like the Pirates films. I especially really love Benny and June, Edward Scissorhands, all those wonderful movies. I didn't like Willy Wonka. Yep, by now you guys are booing me, or at least some of you are. Okay. I thought he played it like a child. I did not like it one bit. Reason I'm saying this is because comparing it to the book and the original movie adaptation from the 70s, Gene Wilder nailed it. Nailed it. He had that sense of whimsical charm underneath, like an adult way of handling, you know, children and parents and all that. I mean, he just exuded that older adult charm, but with a childlike, you know, slight whimsy undertone that was like really good. Johnny Depp just kind of was a kid. A kid. No, I didn't like that because I absolutely adore Gene Wilder in that movie. And when I seen what they did to it, I kind of like threw my hands up in disgust and just said, wow, that was a terrible film. Yeah, it's not very many films that I will say are terrible, but It was a reboot. It was terrible. I was sad that one of my favorite actors, um, just like the way of David Fincher and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo went, like I was saying earlier, I'm sad because that's probably a low point in their careers. Uh, you may be making money, but your fans are kind of like, no. I mean, Johnny's fans are eclectic in general, so maybe they'd enjoy his stuff. But like for David Fincher fans, I know they have like high expectations of him, and I'm pretty sure a large amount of them would agree that the other movie that we discussed ad nauseum was a horrible film choice and a horrible reboot. But we're talking about Willy Wonka here. It was just horrible and like, and I guess I can't like rip on it too much. I really didn't like the only having one Oompa Loompa. Johnny's portrayal of Willy Wonka, and it just didn't sit right with me. It's one of those films that shouldn't have happened. I will tell you right now, I hate reboots. So, like, you know what they're there for? They're for money grubbing because they say, that formula worked. It worked once. It'll work again. And since this is, the 21st century, we can market it. We can market the hell out of it. T-shirts, cups, towels, what have you. Yeah, It's because we love making films, right? I mean, I guess I want to end this off right. I mean, I am ranting, and I really, really hate reboots. But I'm giving the Total Recall the new one, a chance. I mean, I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I loved his movies. As cheesy as they are, I loved his movies, except for Batman and Robin. Wait, nope. Batman and Robin 2, because his one-liners saved that movie. Slightly. Just for him. Because he was a funny Mr. Freeze. Plus, that suit was kind of awesome. But I digress. I think this Total Recall reboot might be good. Spider-Man will always be bad in my eyes because I think it's a bastardization of my favorite character. I think Girl with the Dragon Tattoo should have stayed a Swedish movie. And I think Johnny Depp did a horrible job at Willy Wonka. Wow, amazing sum up. Anyway, I hope you guys actually watch this and enjoyed me kind of like tearing apart some movies that apparently a lot of people like or are saying they will like. Anyway, I hate doing this. Rate, comment, subscribe. I mean, if you don't watch me, who will?